Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. As today is your exam finally, so I have brought 50 more questions which are very important with the exam point of view, both for paper 1 as well as for paper 2. So stick to the end of this video as I would be discussing 50 very important questions and some of the concepts also. To avoid time, I would be just discussing the questions and the answers. I won't be discussing detailed concepts about them. If there would be some brief concepts, I would be telling them about those concepts. So without wasting much time, let us start with the video. But before starting this video, I would just request you guys to please subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, and share this video with the people who are preparing for this exam. And stay tuned to my channel as I would be uploading a series of topics that are present in your syllabus after the end of this exam. So people who are preparing for the next attempt, to give a next attempt, so I would request you to please stay tuned to my channel as I would be taking one by one topics from the syllabus which are very important with the exam point of view. So let us start with this video. First question is, according to the Environment Protection Act 1986, permissible limit of oil and grease in the effluents to be discharged into the public sewers is, जो permissible limit है oil की और grease की जो कि discharge हो सकता है public sewers में, it is 10 mg per liter, 20, 25 or 30 mg liter. So the correct answer is option A, which is 10 mg per liter is the permissible limit of oil and grease in the effluents to be discharged in the public sewers. Second, we have a match the following, in which we are having criteria of environment impact, methodology and the components. So we have impact identification, impact measurement, impact communication and impact determination. So impact identification is its component is specificity. So this is its component, which is the option second over here. Impact measurement has magnitude as its component. Impact communication has comprehensive overall perspective, and impact interpretation has depth of analysis. So the option B is the correct answer over here. Reed swamp stage is also referred to as submerged stage, woodland stage, rooted floated stage or amphibious stage. So reed swamp stage is also referred to as amphibious stage, means it is both like a land and water. Significant hazard accident factor to be considered under risk assessment of distilleries are toxic gas release and human accident, pressure wave and heat radiation, toxic gas release and radiation, pressure wave and toxic gas release. So the option B is the correct answer, which is pressure wave and heat radiation. So significant hazard accident factor to be considered under risk assessment of distilleries. जो distilleries के risk assessment में factors considered होते हैं, उसमें main factors होते हैं pressure wave और heat radiation. Maximum energy content kilojoule per kilogram in typical municipal waste is found in plastic, leather, wood or textile. So the maximum energy content kilojoule per kilogram in a typical municipal solid waste is found in option A, which is plastic. One more question has been discussed about the composition of carbon in the municipal solid waste, which is 50 to 60% of carbon is present in the municipal solid waste. Okay, this has been asked several times. If I is the impact of the population on the environment, P is the size of the population, A is the per capita affluence or consumption, T is the damage caused by the technologies, then which of the following equation is correct? So some of the equations are given, where the correct one is impact equals to a size of the population into per capita affluence or consumption into damage caused by the technologies. So this is the correct answer of this question. Public Liability Insurance Act was enacted in the year. I hope you have by hearted all the years and the acts related to them. If you haven't, then, and if you have some time or if you are bored revising, then please go and watch my videos, as I have discussed several questions which are such kind, which are having acts and the years related to them. So here Public Liability Insurance Act was enacted in 1991. Assertion and reason has been given. Ground level concentration of pollutants decreases when taller stacks are used. ठीक है, ये बोल रहा है कि ग्राउंड लेवल कॉन्सेंट्रेशन जो होता है पॉल्यूटेंट्स का वो डिक्रीज होने लगता है जब टॉलर स्टैक्स यूज की जाती हैं. रीजन कहता है ग्राउंड लेवल कॉन्सेंट्रेशन वेरीज इनवर्सली प्रोपोर्शनल टू द हाइट ऑफ द स्टैक. ये बोल रहा है ग्राउंड लेवल कॉन्सेंट्रेशन जो होता है इनवर्सली प्रोपोर्शनल होता है टू द हाइट ऑफ द स्टैक, जो कि इट इज नॉट द राइट वन. So here only the assertion is correct, but the reason is completely false. So the option C is the correct code over here. Assertion is true, but the reason is false. REDD initiative includes Forest Carbon Partnership Facility, Forest Investment Program, Sanitation for all, Food Security for all. So REDD के बारे में हमने डिस्कस किया है प्रीवियस वीडियोस में भी. तो यहाँ पे हमें इनिशिएटिव्स, इस इनिशिएटिव को क्या क्या इंक्लूड करता है. सो फॉरेस्ट कार्बन पार्टनरशिप फैसिलिटी कम्स अंडर इट एंड द फॉरेस्ट इन्वेस्टमेंट प्रोग्राम ऑल्सो कम्स अंडर इट. सो द ऑप्शन बी इज द करेक्ट आंसर ओवर हियर. विच आर द फॉलोइंग एक्ट एज नेचुरल सिंक फॉर कार्बन. कार्बन के लिए इन सब में से कौन सा नेचुरल सिंक की तरह एक्ट करता है? ट्रीज, ओशंस या फिर सॉइल्स. सो ऑल ऑफ दीज एक्ट एज नेचुरल सिंक्स फॉर carbon. So the option C is the correct answer. Now we have matched the following again, in which we have environment related treaties and the year to which they are related. So CITES is in 1973. Then comes the Basel Convention, which is in 1989. UNFCCC is in 1992. And the Kyoto Protocol is in 1997. So these are the years. By heart them now also. One question you can expect from this match the following also. Identify the correct sequence with the reference to sensitization about environmental problems. So environmental problems को sensitize करने के लिए जो reference दी जाती है उसका correct sequence क्या है? Knowledge, awareness, attitude, skill, evaluation ability या participation. नॉलेज, अवेयरनेस, स्किल, एटीट्यूड, पार्टिसिपेशन, इवैल्यूएशन. या फिर आंसर जो है एक्चुअली इसका सी ऑप्शन है, जिसमें अवेयरनेस आती है, फिर नॉलेज, एटीट्यूड, स्किल, इवैल्यूएशन, एबिलिटी एंड पार्टिसिपेशन. सो द ऑप्शन सी इज द करेक्ट आंसर ओवर हियर. द स्केल लेंथ ऑफ प्रेशर वेरिएशन इन एटमॉस्फेयर इन वर्टिकल direction is about 3 kilometers, 4.8 kilometers, 7 kilometers or 12 kilometers. So the scale length of pressure variation in atmosphere in vertical direction is about 7 kilometers, which is the option C. Thermal stratification of aquatic ecosystem takes place in tropical lakes, temperate lakes, glacier lakes or meandering lakes. So thermal stratification basically takes place in the temperate lakes, which is the option B. In a closed thermodynamic system, across its boundaries, no transfer of heat is possible or no transfer of work is possible. Transfer of heat is possible but not the work. Transfer of heat and work is possible. So in a closed thermodynamic system, across its boundaries, both the transfer of heat and work is possible, which is the option D. Which radioactive element is considered as an indoor pollutant? Oxygen 18, nitrogen 15, carbon 13 or radon. So radon is considered as a indoor pollutant and it is radioactive element. Under aerobic biodegradation of DDT, which of the following compounds is formed? Triple D, DDE, DDN or DDS. So DDE is being formed by the aerobic biodegradation of DDT. Among the following heavy metals, which has the highest concentration in Earth's crust? Chromium, copper, nickel or zinc. So copper has the highest concentration among the heavy metals in the Earth crust, which is the option B. Which of the following gases has the highest absorption coefficient for solubility in water? कौन सी गैस का सबसे ज्यादा एब्जॉर्प्शन कोएफिशिएंट फॉर सॉल्युबिलिटी होता है वाटर के अंदर? हाइड्रोजन, नाइट्रोजन, ऑक्सीजन या कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड? सो ऑप्शन डी इज द करेक्ट आंसर, which is carbon dioxide has the highest absorption coefficient for solubility in water. Composition wise, halogens are related to CFCs, halides, hydrocarbons, peptides. So composition wise, halogens are related to chlorofluorocarbons, which is the option A, CFCs. Endemic species are uniformly distributed across the landscapes, widely distributed, restricted to a particular area, continuously distributed globally. So endemic species are restricted to a particular area, which is the option C. The largest unit of climax communities representing well-defined climatic zone is referred to as biosphere, biome, biota or landscape. So the largest unit of climax communities representing well-defined climatic zone is referred to as biome, which is the option B. Which of the following is the in situ biodiversity conservation site? So in situ means in the natural environment. Okay. Ex situ means in the artificial environment. So Arboretum, Botanical Garden and Orchidarium are ex situ biodiversity conservation site, but the biosphere reserve, which is the option C, is the in situ biodiversity conservation site. Now we have a match the following again, in which we have been given some methods and we have to match them with their correct descriptions. So checklist method is highly structured approach involving importance weightings for factors, applications of scaling techniques. So A is here, this is the description for this. Then comes the overlays. They involve preparation of set of transparent maps which represent spatial distribution of an environment characteristics. Ad hoc method is, I'll write over here, fourth one, option is its description. Indicate broad areas of possible impacts by listing composite environmental parameters. Matrices methods involves identification and evaluation of interactions between various activities and environmental parameters. So the option C is the correct match the following answer over here. Niche of an organism is address, profession, location or range. So niche is basically a profession of an organism. So which is the option B. An active adaptive control process which is able to maintain the overall balance is known as, एक active adaptive control process जो कि overall balance को maintain करने की capable है. So it is being known as Gaia hypothesis, which is the option C. Out of the total freshwater volume of the frozen form constitutes 60%, 70, 80 or 50%. So 70% out of the total freshwater volume of frozen constitutes constitutes the freshwater. 70% is the freshwater out of the frozen form. If Q is stream flow, P is precipitation, E is evapotranspiration, delta S is net change in storage and delta T is net underground transfers, then the basic water balance equation is, here the option C is the basic water balance equation, where Q stream flow equals to precipitation minus evapotranspiration plus delta S, which is the net change in storage plus net underground transfers. So this is the correct option over here. Water storage capacity of which soil is maximum? Sandy loam, loam, clay loam or heavy clay? So the water storage capacity of heavy clay is the maximum, which is the option D. Particles with a diameter smaller than 0.002 mm are classed as cobble, pebble, silt or colloids. So they are being classed as colloids. In an ideal magneto-hydrodynamic power generator, the maximum power output which is P varies with the velocity u of conducting fuel, as P max is directly proportional to u, or P max is directly proportional to the square of u, or P max is directly proportional to the cube of u, or P max is directly proportional to 3/2 power of u. So here the option B is the correct answer. Power output, maximum power output is directly proportional to the square of velocity of the conducting fuel. Which of the following is not a hot desert? Sahara, Kalahari, Thar or Gobi? So Gobi is not a hot desert, it is a cold desert. Which is the most efficient source of energy for producing electricity? Nuclear power, hydropower, wind power or solar power? So hydropower is the most efficient energy source for producing electricity. Which of the following types of coal has highest water content? Anthracite, bituminous, lignite or subbituminous coal? So lignite has the highest water content and anthracite has the lowest. Which is the cleanest fuel for power generation? Coal, uranium, hydrogen or water? So hydrogen is the cleanest fuel for power generation. Energy intensity is the amount of energy produced per unit gross domestic product gross domestic product or consumed per unit gross domestic product produced per year unit area of country consumed per unit per year per unit area of the country. So the option B is the correct answer. Energy intensity is the amount of energy consumed per unit GDP. We have a match the following in which greenhouse gases are being given and their lifetime is being given in the other list. So CFC12 is having a lifetime of 100 years. Okay, so A is, it goes to the 100 years. Then comes the methane, it has a lifetime of 12 years. Then carbon dioxide has a lifetime of 50 to 200 years and dinitrogen oxide has a lifetime of 114 years. So the option C is the correct code over here, which is representing the match the following over here. The mountain that rises a kilometer or more above the surrounding sea floor is called oceanic island, atoll, seamount or island arc. So seamount is the mountain that arises a kilometer or more above the surrounding sea floor. Noise climate is being represented by option A, which is L10 minus L90. Which form of arsenic is the most toxic? So these are some forms of the arsenic which are the most toxic. So among them, arsenic having +3 valency is the most toxic form. So you need to by heart all the toxic forms of most of the elements like arsenic, cadmium, mercury and chromium is there, and as well as lead, zinc and many more. Okay. So major ones which have been asked previously in the previous papers, you must just by heart them as they are being repeated several times. So just go through them. The classical smoke is mainly composed of NOx and smoke particles, of ozone or sulfur dioxide or NOx particles, NOx or sulfur dioxide or smoke particles. So it basically is composed of sulfur dioxide and smoke particles. Again, we have a match the following in which list 1 is ecosystem types and list 2 is the characteristics. So we will match the ecosystem types with the characteristics. So coral reef is having characteristics of saline water. Deltas have brackish water. Then comes the wetland, they have still water, and rivers have fresh water. So the option B is the correct answer. According to the National Ambient Air Quality Standard, the annual average concentration of suspended particulate matter in a residential area should not exceed 80 micrograms per meter cube, 100 micrograms per meter cube, 140 or 200. So the correct answer is 140 micrograms per meter cube is the annual average concentration of SPM in a residential area, and that should not be exceeded. Blue baby syndrome is caused due to the intake of water high in ammonia, nitrates, sulfates or sulfides. So blue baby syndrome is caused by the intake of water high in ammonia, which is the option B. Accreditation of environmental consultant organizations in India is done by Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, Central Pollution Control Board, Ministry of Earth Sciences or Quality Council of India. So this is being done by the Quality Council of India, which is the option D. EIA of mining activities involve impact assessment on geological environment, biological environment, aerial environment. So all of these environment are being involved in the environment impact study of mining activities. So impact assessment of all these environments is being studied carefully. A development project requires both environment clearance as well as approval under Water Act 1974, Forest Conservation Act 1980, National Environmental Tribunal Act 1995 or Air Act 1981. So a development project requires both environmental clearance as well as approval under the Forest Conservation Act 1980. Life cycle assessment LCA does not include life cycle inventory of the product, quantitative improvement in the process of the product, life cycle impact analysis or emergency preparedness plan. So it does not include emergency preparedness plan. Baki sare ke sare it involves. The best practice of disposal of construction and demolition debris is incineration, recycling, landfills और certification. तो जो कंस्ट्रक्शन और डेमोलिशन में डेब्रिस बचता है उसको कैसे डिस्पोज किया जाता है? It is being disposed by landfills, which is the option C. Pyrolysis of solid waste refers to high temperature aerobic incineration, high temperature anaerobic distillation of waste for energy generation, ambient aerobic distillation, ambient anaerobic distillation. So the option B is the correct answer. Pyrolysis of solid waste refers to high temperature anaerobic distillation of waste for energy generation. So that's all for this video. I have discussed very important 50 questions which might be repeated, or questions can be jumbled and asked you from these questions which I have discussed in this particular video. I have also discussed several questions and I have made a playlist of these questions on my channel. If you have time, then please go visit those videos, because they constitute of very important questions which have been asked several times in your exam. And as per now, I hope you all have prepared very well and are very much prepared for tomorrow's exam to attempt the exam. I wish you all the good luck and loads of blessing to you guys. May you rock in the exam and may you all get GRF. So all the best, do well, prepare well, and please do tell me how your exam went. Connect me on Facebook or comment me down in the comments below. Do subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet and share my video with your friends. That would mean a lot to me. Thank you very much for watching my video. Stay tuned to my channel. Thank you.